Mm. Good morning, Faith Pocatello Daily. It's Thursday. That would be March 25th, 2021. Jumping back into Galatians chapter 4, verses 21 through 31. Tell me, you who desire to be under the law, do you not listen to the law? For it is written that Abraham had two sons, one by a slave woman and one by a free woman. But the son of the slave was born according to the flesh, while the son of the free woman was born through promise. Now this may be interpreted allegorically. These women are two covenants. One is from Mount Sinai, bearing children for slavery. She is Hagar. Now Hagar is Mount Sinai in Arabia. She corresponds to the present Jerusalem, for she is in slavery with her children. But the Jerusalem above is free, and she is our mother, for it is written, Rejoice, O barren one who does not bear. Break forth and cry aloud, you who are not in labor. For the children of the desolate one will be more than those of one who has a husband. Now you brothers, like Isaac, are children of promise. But just at that time, he who was born according to the flesh persecuted him who was born according to the Spirit. So also it is now. But what does the scripture say? Cast out the slave woman and her son, for the son of the slave woman shall not inherit with the son of the free woman. So, brothers, we are not children of the slave, but of the free woman. And I think that we need to realize this, that, the story of Hagar, Sarah was barren and she couldn't have children. And so it was a custom in those days that they would bear children through a handmaid. And so even though that was not the promise that God had given to Abraham. And so she said, here, take my handmaid Hagar so that I might have children. Well, what happens is, so he does, and Hagar bears a son, Ishmael, and it's not the child of promise. And so there's a lot of strife between Hagar and Sarah, and Sarah despises her because, and so she is born by the flesh under the law. And then the child of promise comes. Remember, Abraham and Sarah were past their childbearing years, and yet they find themselves with the child Isaac, the promised one. And we see that great in Genesis 22 when Isaac was taken up to the altar and bound, and God provided himself a ram for the sacrifice. And so we see that this, through Isaac, is the goal of Christ, is to free us from the bondage of sin. Again, Paul says it's allegorical. So we look at the fact that we're looking at the reality of that we are free. We are free from the bondage of sin. And yet it's so easy for us to put ourselves under the law that requires you to perform and to do certain things continually. It never ends to be right with God. And that is not God's heart. God has made you right through his son, Jesus Christ. And that's the message we preach, especially as we're getting here close to Easter. The Son has set you free. So may God richly bless your day. Enjoy Jesus. Go and share life.